Good morning. My name is Emerson Salvador. I'm from phonetic class of Professor Morla, and my registration number it is 127 12 90. Now I'm going to talk about the human vocal tracts. I'm going to explain each functions of each, organs of speech. Well, as definition, I can say that those are the human vocal tracts, those are organs or articulators that their functions is to produce the sounds of language. Now, the major vocal organs consist of the lungs. The lungs are those these and these. So we have the left lung and also we have the right lungs, right? Now, the role of the lungs is that of the initiator. They're the source of airstream. They're not capable of movement itself, but they expand and retract thanks to the movement of the diaphragm, which is this part, diaphragm, right? And the swinging of the rib cage. Now, also, we can find the nasal cavity, which is this part right here. It is the nasal cavity. Now, the nasal cavity has face shape, which is suitable for resonance. The speech sounds are nasal, for example, n and m. Also, we have the vocal cords, which are, these parts. The vocal cords. Those are elastic tissues placed in the larynx, and they're joined at the front of the larynx at the level of Adam's apple, which is this part, the Adam's apple, right there, right? And they're capable of movement horizontally. Also, on the organ of speech, we can find the tongue, which is this part is coming from here, the tongue. Well, I can tell the tongue, it is the most important articulator in the speech organs because it moves different shapes to produce speech sounds. Now, the tongue, it is divided into 5 parts, which are the tip, the blade, the front, the back, and the root. If we take a look, the blade of the tongue, it is right here. The back of the tongue, which is this part, right? The root, it is like so far, it is almost on of the bottom of the tongue, right there, really far. The tip, it is right here, and we saw the back, which is this part, right? The front, which is located right here, this part. All right, so we can continue. We can find also the teeth, which are this part, the teeth, this and this. We have the upper teeth and the lower teeth. Now the teeth work on the place of articulation. The teeth interact with the tongue in dental sounds. The teeth also interact with the tongues in interdental sounds. In this part also we have the tips, which is with those the tips. We have the upper lips and the lower lips. Now the lips here for creating different sounds, labial and bilabial. Okay. The alveolar ridge, which is this part right here. The alveolar ridge is coming from here, right? So the alveolar ridge includes the area between the upper front teeth and the hard palate to produce consonant sounds such as t, d, o, n, s, and z. Okay. Now, the hard palate, which is this part right here, is coming from here. Hard palate, this part, is a thin horizontal bony plate of the skull located in the roof of the mouth. The interaction between the tongue and the hard palate, it is essential and in the formation of certain speech sounds, notably like t, d, and j. Also, we have the soft palate, which is this part right here. Soft palate or velum, right there. Soft palate. So the soft palate or velum, it should have holes forming that function during speech to separate the oral cavity from the nose, and in order to produce the oral speech sounds. Also, we have the larynx. We have the larynx located right here. Right here, it is the larynx. Right? Now, the larynx is a part of the vocal tract that comes immediately on top of the trachea or windpipe, and it is coextensive with it. The larynx contains the vocal cord, also is called vocal folds. Vocal folds. Right there, the larynx. Okay, so we can find the pharynx, which is a little bit up right here. The pharynx, right? It's like a tube beginning just above of the larynx and ending two parts. The structure that holds and manipulates the vocal cords. The speech sounds is that of resonance, a place of articulation for some sounds like huh and huh. One more time, it is sounds like huh, and huh. Those sounds are called pharyngeal for the pharynx. I'm sorry, the pharynx. It is here. Now we can find out also the uvula, which is located right here. This part, right there. The uvula, right? The uvula, it functions is tandem with the back of the throat, the palate, and the air coming up from the lungs to create a number of guttural and other sounds. In many languages, It closes to prevent air escaping through the nose when making some sounds. Also, we have the glottis, which is this part right there. The glottis, right? So the glottis is just a space between the vocal cords. Yes, so the space between the vocal cords, that is called the glottis. So the vocal cords are those, right? Vocal cords, and the glottis is this, space right here.